Welcome everyone to this very special interview with the one and only Gino Vannelli, the Grammy-nominated, multiple Juno Award-winning artist. And Gino, it's a thrill to have you here in Augusta. You're doing a concert Thursday night. You're moving on from here to Atlanta, the Cobb Energy Center. So many people know about that because of the big PBS special that has aired throughout the summer here, at least. Of course, it's aired around the country. But it was taped at the historic Saban Theater in LA.
Yeah, my brother Ross wanted to capture us, capture the band and I on stage for a long time, and we finally did it. And I'm very pleased with the production, and the band had a good night, and I thought my night was pretty good too, and the sound is good, and the look is pretty good.
If you haven't seen it, you're seeing clips of it run behind us through the course of this interview.
But you know what I found was the most interesting for me, though, about it? I mean, the performances were good, but to see all the musicians I had worked with before speak all those things about me. They never said that in front of my face, you know.
It's great because you do have clips of people who you have worked with. Herb Alpert's in there. And of course, the history with Herb Alpert. You and Joe were going back to Montreal.
We were out of money.
Yeah.
I mean, we had $5 left between the two of us, and I decided that I wasn't going to go at any cost. And Joe said, well, you know, I don't know how you're going to pay for the motel. We were staying in a motel that was actually $5 a day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite something. It was the Grand Hilton, you know. Anyways, I decided to walk around on Sunset Boulevard that morning at 6 in the morning, knowing that I had to leave the next day, and I had to think about it. And I stopped into a church, as the song says, and I fell asleep in that church for a few hours, and I woke up kind of feeling exactly what I had to do. And so I just sat in front of the gates of A&M for 2 or 3 hours, and until I saw Herb come out, and I stormed the gates, and the guard ran after me, unholstered his gun, and didn't know what was going to happen, but Herb, I think, maybe took a little empathy, you know, with me, and kind of saw in my eyes that I really wanted to do this. So he asked me, well, what do you want? And I just said, please let me just play for you. And he allowed me to play for him 30 minutes later, and he just looked at me and said, okay, welcome to the family.
That is so tremendous. What would you say to aspiring musicians who would come to you and say, how can something like that happen? Does it even work like that today?
No, I mean, you know, like lightning never strikes twice in the same place, of course. But no matter what lightning does strike, you just got to find the time and the place, and you got to keep at it, you know, and know your stuff. I mean, do your theory, do your homework, you know, practice, and compare yourself with the best. And if you come up a little short next to the best, you're still okay.
You were very impressed by Russian composers.
Of course, Stravinsky and Tchaikovsky, of course, and also the French Impressionists. Ever since I was a kid, I was really into that. I mean, people who really understand Ravel know that he's basically the father of jazz. I mean, every chord change you can possibly imagine that exists in jazz began first with Maurice Ravel.
You have pushed yourself over the years to explore different genres, and you've released different albums that reflect that.
Well, you know, I've done so many kinds of music. I mean, in the early 90s, I decided I wanted to do a jazz record with Yonder Tree, and then I did an R&B kind of record with Slow Love, and then I did some classical stuff, you know, with Canto. And I moved to Holland for a little while, and I worked with orchestras. And then when I came back to the United States, I kind of almost came full circle and wanted to go back to the early stuff. And as I sat at the piano, I asked myself, well, if I were to do Brother to Brother or write this song or that song today, how would I treat it? And I decided that it was going to be, you know, 21st century stuff and not just live off the past.
If we love one another, we hold the key to a promised land. Think of all that we've been through, the shucks and jives and royal blues, and let us pray our time will come when this world will live as one. Brother to brother, now don't let the devil get you.
had a period where you were kind of MIA. And I think that I've heard you say before that success came so early for you. Big success, selling out concert halls across Canada and the US. I perceive it as you getting to a point where you realized authenticity was going to win out over commercialism, and you walked away.
Well, after we had a major hit single with People Gotta Move, I knew I had a choice to make, either to really go after the mainstream or just to better myself as an artist, really, and really, in fact, bettering myself as a human being, because you can't do the two of them separately, I think. So I decided that I was going to tour a lot, develop myself as an artist. I knew I had a lot of shortcomings, and so with the release of Storm at Sunup and Just the Gemini and some of the other albums in the 70s, I knew I was getting better and better, and as I was getting better, the audiences were growing until we were selling out every theater, you know, in Canada and the United States. And then finally, my two brothers came to me by '78 and said, "Why don't you try for a hit?" And that's when Ross played me I Just Want to Stop. I said, "Yeah, we might as well."
Catchy little tune.
And when I think about those nights in Montreal, I get the sweetest thoughts of you and me. Memories of love above the city lights. It took so long to make it, but oh no, my heart just won't fake it. Oh, and I just wanna stop, tell you what I feel about you, babe. And I just wanna stop. I never wanna live without you, babe. I just wanna stop for your love. For your love. Oh yeah, for your love. For your love. And when I think about the way the world must turn, I get the saddest thoughts for you and me. You and me. Memories of life and times they go on and on. Oh, I tried so hard to forget it, but oh no, my mind won't let it. Oh, and I just wanna stop, tell you what I feel about you, babe. I just wanna stop. The world ain't right without you, babe. I just wanna stop for your Oh, I tried so hard to forget it, but oh no, my mind won't let it. Oh, and I just wanna stop, tell you what I feel about you, babe. I just wanna stop. I never wanna live without you, babe. I wanna stop for your love, for your love, for your love. Oh, for your love.
Your brothers have been such a big part of your career. I know I saw you back in '91 in Raleigh and in Charlotte, and Joe played with you then. That was the Inconsolable Man
Yeah.
tour.
79 to
years.
91 or 92, I hadn't toured
Yeah.
at all. And it was a very good time, though, for me, in the sense there's a lot of learning going on. I went back to college, and I took up theology and studied 6 years of theology. And I still was recording, but recording seemed to be a pastime, you know, for me. I was more interested in gathering information.
But you've said that music inevitably gets you into philosophy, and that philosophy leads you into theology.
Yeah.
And you have had quite an introspective journey.
I understood at a very early age that if you're going to, you know, be about the business of searching, you know, the interior worlds, those are abstract worlds, and you need some kind of pillar, some kind of thing to strive towards or to hang on to. And you know, in religion you call it faith, you know, and in the secular world you call it finding your center. And that center is a very elusive place and not that easy to find. That's why a lot of people, even with great success, they lose themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes with great failure, they lose themselves too. The object of the game is not only success or failure, but it's really finding that inner core, because if you do find that inner core, then the rest is gravy.
Somewhere inside my own dreams, afraid of what life really means, living without your love. Ooh, I need a guiding light to shine on my darkest days. I was young, time was on my side, but like a fool I let it slip away. And now those days are gone, and I am lost, living inside myself, and living inside this shell, living outside your love. I'm lost, someone inside my own dreams, afraid of what life really means, living without your love. Oh, in my life, I felt so self-assured, but oh, how the seasons changed, and now I'm not as strong, and I'm lost, living inside myself, living inside this shell, living outside your love. I'm lost, somewhere inside my own dreams. without your love.
The Live in LA DVD is sort of like the punctuation mark for me. It really exemplifies the last 30 or 40 years of the striving towards a particular sound, a particular message, and I feel that we captured it, you know, and I feel that it's there now, it's documented, it's a testimony to who I was all those years, and the punctuation, maybe there's an exclamation point to it too, because I think I improved it after all this time. But now it's like, it's also on to other things. I'm working on other records, I mean another record, many other songs. I've written actually 3 new albums.
That's fantastic.
And I've got to figure out which one I want to do first.
What you're going to do. I bet you're hard to work for.
Well, you know, I'm a little, you know, persnickety here and there, but I know what I want to hear, and I think that the better the musician, the easier it is for them to follow along. And when they have a hard time to follow along, then I seem to be a tyrant, but I'm really not a tyrant at all. When people are really great musicians, all you got to do is direct.
You see people that have been coming to your shows for decades. How does that make you feel, that fan base?
You know, sometimes it's a tall tale, they tell me. You know, everyone's got their personal stories. I get to be privy to a lot of, you know, tragic or comedy stories. But overall, it's great to see that they're still there. That in actuality, the touring and the artists that I wanted to develop in the early 70s to the late 70s, before the mainstream hits, mainly they're those people that follow me in the really early years. And we do exchange a lot of ideas, and I'm almost exchanging grandfather stories now.
Gino, thanks so much.
Thank you.